Let's move on to the next problem that people are dealing with quite a bit these days. They're chargebacks. Okay. This is one that a lot of people don't talk about until it happens to them. And by the time it does, it's just a little bit too late. So, chargebacks are just one of the biggest problems that life agents run into, especially when all of a sudden they hit them out of the blue. If a client misses a payment, the policy lapses, and the carrier comes back and claws back your commission, you've got downline agents doing the same thing. It can compound. Most agents have zero protection, no documentation, no agreements, no system. They basically just eat it. A lot of agencies go out of business because of this. So what we've done is we've built in basically a three-layer chargeback protection system. Let me pull it up for you here. So if you go into payments, I'm just going to show you an example under contracts and documents. Let me just spread my screen out a little bit here. So the first one I want to show you is the agent agreement. Okay, so every downline agent on your team, and by the way, this system that I have has automations designed to bring in downline agents and then reach out to them and motivate them and everything else. But as they go through the onboarding process, the automation is going to ask them to sign this digital agreement, okay? And it makes them personally responsible for any chargebacks that come in from their book of business, okay? It sets clear expectations up front and it gives you standing if there's ever a dispute. Now, there's another agreement. I think it's important that I mention here. I'm going to go back to it. So, every client, every time that you close a policy, it's going to ask the client to sign this digital agreement at the point of sale. Okay. They sign it, it saves in the system, it documents that they understand their policy, their payment obligations, and what happens after a policy lapses. That signed document is your paper trail. When you go to fight a chargeback with a carrier, if you're showing up empty-handed, you're going to lose that chargeback. This fixes that, okay? And it's pretty powerful. It's all automatic. It's all built in. There's no other, e-signature subscription that you need. Nothing like that. So the third part of this, and this is especially cool, is the chargeback recovery sequence. So under client, there is a chargeback recovery workflow. Now, the moment a client goes past due, this sequence starts automatically. Looks like there's still people coming in. I'm just letting them in. So every time somebody goes past due, you're going to get a notification and that a policy is lapsed. And you don't want to call that person to talk about how their payment lapsed. And if you don't, you're going to lose that deal. It's going to be a chargeback, okay? This right here, this sequence is persistent. It reaches out across multiple channels, multiple times with real urgency, okay? It doesn't let up because most lapses are not clients who want to cancel. They're usually clients that forgot. They had a rough month or they just needed someone to follow up consistently. This sequence catches a significant percentage of them before the policy ever fully lapses. So you prevent the chargeback before it happens. You get documentation to fight a chargeback with your downline or with a client. And if one does get through, you have all that documentation. So that's a quick overall rough summary of how we've solved the chargeback problem.